This is the YouTube live. This is the stuff you don't see, guys. You gotta wipe everything and then you just kind of rub it on the towel because you ain't got time. This is already time consuming. The swatch life, I swear. Hey guys, hope you all have been well. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my blush collection video. I apologize that it's taken quite some time to film this video. Just being completely honest, I forgot about it. So here I am after my makeup collection video, filming it for you guys. These are the blushes that I currently own. I would like to start off by saying that I have a very hard time getting rid of blushes. My last declutter, where I chucked quite a few of them, or not chucked, I gave them to people who could give them a better home. It was probably the hardest declutter that I had to do. So I have a thing for blushes. It's a connection that I have with them and I've always had. So I'm going to be going through each of these blushes as well as swatching them for you to the best of my ability. We're going to first start off with my NARS blushes. This first one here kind of houses my more, I would say, coral-ish, reddish type of tones. It's not very color specific. I just kind of put it into place. And the issue with doing that is that now I can no longer check what the shades are. I think from now on I'm just gonna have to describe this shade to you via my Instagram posts where I put all my makeup product listings, but these are pretty much like stuck in there because of the glue sticking in to the magnetic palette. And I did try to like shove a tweezer in between here, and sometimes it works, but I find that it kind of creates cracks on my blushes, so I'm not going to attempt that anymore. But these are 5 of the 13 that I've kept. And then moving on to the second palette. As you can see, this is what happens when you try to depot or try to move them from one place to another. I got a couple dings in them, but I'm not too hurt about it. I would say they're a mixture of purple, more neutral tones, and pinks. And the reason I separated them into these categories was because I owned more of those coral blushes. So we're going to start off with swatches. I already started and realized that it was not recording, so we're going to try that again, starting off with this bottom color here. Moving on. And I happen to love NARS blushes. I know not many people find that the price tag on them fit the quality that you get out of the blushes, but I've never had a bad experience with them. And every look that I've used these particular blushes with, I have found great joy using them, and I've never been disappointed. So I'm very much a fan of NARS blushes. So those are the blushes there. Some are more pigmented than others, but I personally would like a medium pigmentation on blushes just so that I can work up to it. It's definitely a lot easier to build as opposed to take away, so I would much rather have that. So this blush down here, look at that berry wine color, gorgeous, absolutely stunning. This kind of has a bit of a peachy reflect in it. I really wish I could give you the names, guys, but I can't. I probably can figure it out. Let me see. I can probably figure it out by looking back at my old blush swatch video. I'm pretty sure I've had all of these at that point, so I could probably figure it out. But those are the 4 on the bottom. They all swatch beautifully, as you can tell. Moving on to this top row. This is pretty light, but it's good for those subtle days. And it's got this like weird like crevices now, so I'm trying to like dig and get an even swatch for you. That's the first one. This one has a bit of shimmer in it. and it is quite light, but I do, again, like versatility, and yes, I do use a blush in that color family. This is that next blush, again a light pink with a bit of I would say it's more sheeny than it is glittery, where this one is, this is as glittery as it gets, guys. Crazy. There you go. And it does come off in the skin, so that's something to be aware of. I'm pretty sure you can see all that high shine in there. So there you have it. That is the second palette of my NARS Blushes collection. Okay, moving on to Mr. Tom Ford himself. I do have 4 of his blushes. I think after I purchased these 4, I kind of went, okay, these are really expensive, and I got all the ones that really spoke to me. So these are the 4 that I purchased and still currently own. So starting with this one on the bottom, this one is in Love Lust. Beautiful shade. All of these do have a little bit of a sheen to them, some a little bit more apparent than others, so I'll try to describe as I swatch. But this is that first one here, swatching it. Such a gorgeous, pretty color. I would say that this shade here, it has a little bit of a gold, kind of a champagne-y reflect on it. Moving on to this one here. This is a very fun color in Flush. Look at the pigmentation on that. There you have it. Very, very fun color. Something that I won't use on a regular basis, but I think is fun to have. I always end up picking up one bright color and having it in my collection. I just think that they're a lot of fun. This next shade here is in Ravish. I think this would probably be my most worn. This one does have a sheen. I don't think it particularly has a sheen that leans a certain color. I think it's very true to what you see here with just a little bit of shine on it. This next one here is Savage. Now I think this is probably my favorite one out of the 4. This is what I would use the most, but I think this has to be my favorite, and if I had to pick one, I would probably purchase this purely based on the fact that I don't have a color quite like this. It's a cinnamon type of shade, and it's got a little bit of that bronze kind of golden glow in it. It's absolutely stunning. I feel very bougie and expensive when I have this on, but it is probably, yeah, it's my favorite Tom Ford blush and probably one of the most unique blushes that I own. We're going to start off with the bottom corner, and I'll be telling you what they are just so that when I close them, you'll know what the swatch correlates to. So this first one here is in Cantaloupe, and this happens to be one of my favorite blushes when I first started collecting MAC blushes. So this is that swatch here. I'm going to try and make them as small as I can. This one here is in Blush Baby. Such a soft formula. This is so pigmented. It's a nice, pretty, very wearable pink, and it's just beautiful. I'm trying to tap so that I can conserve space, but that there is Blush Baby. Such a pretty color. This one is Subtle Breeze, and this is a mineralized blush, so you can see a little bit of that sheen. Yeah, that's pretty purple, I would say. So that is Subtle Breeze. Hopefully you can see a little bit of that sheen there. This next one here is in Desert Rose. You know, honestly, I love this blush. Let's start off by saying that, but I thought that I would use this a lot more than I have. I'm still gonna keep it. It's a beautiful blush, and I know something that I can use quite regularly. It's just with, you know, having so many, I'm only beginning to purposely pick out a blush that I haven't worn in a while. I haven't gotten to Desert Rose yet, but I will be getting there. I am making an honest effort to truly pick a blush and make sure that I use it that week or that video. So this next one is Eternal Sun. I couldn't give this away even if I tried. If my mind told me to, my body will not allow me. This is stunning. If you are tan complexion, like a medium to like deeper tan, this blush is a must-have. This next one is Mocha. This is one that I've had for quite a while, and it's another one of that neutral kind of everyday pink shade. Beautiful option for people who want a pink that kind of run a medium to a darker tan. That's beautiful. As you can see, it's quite pigmented on the skin and very complementary to kind of the skin tone that I have. Moving on, this one is Pinch O Peach. This is gangster, okay? I know it doesn't look like much, it doesn't look appealing. Honestly, it really doesn't in the pan, but the swatch on this, the pigmentation on this, buddy, look at that. You did not expect that from that pan. It's one of my favorite MAC blushes in terms of pigmentation. This one is in Sunbask. It's got a bit of sheen to it as well. So those of you that like neutral blushes with a bit of sheen, check you out some Sunbask. Beautiful, beautiful color. It's got a bit of a, it's peachy, like a neutral peach with that golden sheen. Stunning. Just kind of like a shade down from Eternal Sun. Just looking at these blushes are they're making my heart very happy. Like, that's how much I love blush. I don't like, I use blush every single time I put makeup on, like to do videos, but just looking at blush makes me truly the happiest when it comes to makeup. This one is in Sincere. This almost made the chopping block, but again, it's just me and blush, man. What are you gonna do? There you go. Such a beautiful shade. You're gonna find, like, I love neutral tone peach or pink. That's pretty much my my blush game. Warm Soul Mineralized Blush. When this blush came out, it went like, people went crazy. That's how much of a hype it had. But it is absolutely stunning. Look at that color. Look at that. Don't tell me like you're not looking at it and be like, wow, I wish I had me some Warm Soul. Look how beautiful that is. This next mineralized blush here is in Early Morning. It's a bit more red than anything else that I have. I would say this is probably like the deepest or closest to red I'm gonna get. I'm not traditionally a fan of these types of shade, but this one in particular is gorgeous. Look at that. There you go. Modern Mandarin. In the camera, it probably comes off matte, but it does have a little bit of a sheen to it. I wouldn't say it's heavy sheen, but I mean, it's there, guys. It's probably the brightest blush that I own in the Coral Orange family, but still very wearable. Peaches. Peaches easily makes the top 5, probably the top 3 of my blush list. I absolutely love this blush. If I'm gonna recommend a blush, like, I can even feel the dent that I have on this blush. I will probably end up finishing it and needing to repurchase another one. But this blush on tan skin for everyday wear, it's beautiful. It is stunning. I cannot recommend it enough. I feel like I'm playing Tetris. Gingerly, cult classic. Again, another must-have. I'm pretty sure this will probably make my top 5 as well. I'm gonna place it next to Peaches so that you can probably, you know, take your pick on which one you like more. But again, for tan skin, one of these two or both. I mean, if you're a blush fiend like myself, this is probably a good idea to, you know, pick up both. This here is in Melba, cult classic. If you have been into MAC for some time and have collected MAC blushes, I'm pretty sure you own this in your collection. It is a coral color and it is beautiful. So if you're in a coral pink, like this type of shade as opposed to more traditional corals, then yeah, cop you a Melba. Moving on to Copper Tone. Stunning neutral color. I just love these types of shades. Okay guys, sue me. There you have it. Very nice neutral color. And I think that majority of the blushes that I own in the matte family do come from my MAC collection. Fleur Power. This is another one of the pigmented blushes. These two right here, Pinch of Peach. Even Peaches is a really, really good pigmented blush. A lot of these blushes are, but I'm talking like punch pigmentation. These three right here. Right down the list. This is pink, but I'm gonna show you like the difference. But I'll use this one instead. I think this is mocha, yeah. You see the difference in it? Like this is it's a stronger pink. Look at the swatch on this, huh? Check that out. See that? Like, look at that. This is Pinch Me. This is another pigmented blush. It is in the pink family. Again, a little bit more darker than what I just showed you. Do you see the pigmentation? Like, look at that. Look at that. I barely swatched it. This one is Warmth of Coral. This, like Warm Soul, when it came out, I mean, it was hyped, okay? And I don't know if you can see the veining in it, but it's got that coral color, like an overall color theme, and then it's got gold reflex. It's got these pink veining throughout and like a lighter or deeper bronze. It's just gorgeous. So there you have it for this blush there. It is rather light on the skin, so if you want a subtle sheen as well as that light coral shade, then hopefully Warmth of Coral is still an option at your MAC counter. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please hit the red subscribe button down below. I believe it's over there. I would really appreciate it if you did, and you can be notified for future videos. I was about to tell you that if you wanted to check out my makeup look, go to Instagram. It's ingrained in my head, but obviously I don't have makeup on. Technically I do. I have them on my arm, but no makeup look for me to post on Instagram. But if you would like to be updated on all my makeup looks for future videos or previous ones, you may check out my Instagram. First link in the description box down below. And with that said, till the next video, I hope you all are doing well, taking great care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. Bye guys.